Hey. Oh my god, hey guys, so wow, okay, you actually clicked. I mean, I guess the title was pretty intense, right? Unveiling the dark secrets of the world's most mysterious places. It's a lot. And honestly, I've been putting this one off because, like, some of this stuff, it genuinely freaks me out. We're talking about places that defy explanation. Places that make you question everything you thought you knew. Welcome to the dark side of the world, where secrets lurk and mysteries remain unsolved. It's the kind of stuff that keeps you up at night, you know? That little voice in your head going, but what if? And trust me, after we go through these, that voice is going to be screaming. I've spent, like, way too many hours, probably an unhealthy amount of hours, falling down rabbit holes about these locations. We're talking ancient mysteries, government cover-ups, maybe even aliens. I know, cue the dramatic music, but seriously, some of these theories are wild and yet compelling. Today we're diving into the most enigmatic places on Earth. We're going to look at the facts, or what we are facts, and then we're going to explore the theories from the kind of plausible to the okay, maybe put the tinfoil hat on for this one. But that's the fun of it, right? Questioning everything. So grab your snacks, maybe turn on an extra light if you're easily spooked like me. No judgment here. I've got like 3 lamps on right now. We're going on a journey, you guys, a journey into the unknown, the unexplained, and the downright creepy. I'm not saying we're going to solve anything, because let's be real, if actual scientists can't, what chance do you have with my questionable internet research skills? But we're going to explore, we're going to wonder, and maybe, just maybe, we'll get a little closer to understanding why these places hold such a grip on our imaginations, or, you know, we'll just freak ourselves out. Either way, it's going to be a ride. Okay, first up, the one everyone knows, the OG of mysterious disappearances, the Bermuda Triangle. Seriously, just saying the name gives me chills. It's this patch of ocean, right, between Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. And for decades, centuries even, ships and planes have just vanished. Poof, gone. No wreckage, no distress calls sometimes, just nothing. It's not like a few isolated incidents either. We're talking hundreds, maybe thousands of vessels and aircraft. And it's not just tiny little boats. We're talking massive cargo ships, military planes. It's like the ocean just opens up and swallows them whole. I mean, how does that even happen? How does a giant metal ship just disappear off the face of the earth? It's terrifying if you think about it too much, which obviously I have. The theories, oh my god, the theories are where it gets really wild. You've got your scientific explanations like rogue waves or methane gas eruptions from the seabed that supposedly reduce water density so ships just sink instantly. Okay, fine, maybe. But then what about the planes? Methane gas isn't pulling planes out of the sky, is it? Then there are the compass malfunctions. People report their instruments going haywire, spinning like crazy right before they lose contact. Is it some weird magnetic anomaly? Some kind of natural phenomenon we just don't understand yet? Or is it something else? Something a little more out there? I keep thinking about the people on board, what their last moments must have been like. Did they even know what was happening? And this is where my brain goes into overdrive, because then you get into the speculative stuff. Alien abductions, classic, right? Underwater alien bases sucking ships down. Or maybe it's a portal to another dimension. Imagine one minute you're flying over the Atlantic, the next you're in who knows where. Some people even talk about lost Atlantean technology, crystals or something, malfunctioning on the ocean floor and causing all this chaos. I know it sounds like a movie, but when you have so many unexplained disappearances with so few answers, your mind starts to wander, doesn't it? It's like the official explanations just don't quite cover the sheer scale and weirdness of it all. There's a missing piece, and it's a big missing piece. All right, next up, we're heading to the desert, Nevada, to a place that technically didn't exist for the longest time, according to the government. Yeah, I'm talking about Area 51, Groom Lake, Homey Airport, whatever they want to call it. This place is like the holy grail for conspiracy theorists. And honestly, I get it. The secrecy surrounding it is insane. For decades, the official line was just crickets, which of course only fueled the speculation. What were they hiding so desperately? Why the heavily armed guards, the use of deadly force-authorized signs, the massive restricted airspace? It's not just a regular military base, you guys. There's something going on there, and the world has been obsessed with figuring it out. And what's the biggest theory? Aliens, duh! Roswell, 1947, the alleged crash of a UFO, the recovery of alien bodies. The story goes that everything, the ship, the beings, was whisked away to Area 51 for study. People like Bob Lazar came forward claiming to have worked there, reverse engineering alien spacecraft. He described these incredible flying saucers, advanced propulsion systems, stuff that sounds like pure science fiction, but he was so detailed, so specific, and the government's attempts to discredit him, it just made people believe him more. It's like, if there's nothing to hide, why try so hard to silence anyone who talks? Why classify everything for decades? It just screams cover-up, even if it's not aliens, and okay, that's a big if for a lot of people. They're definitely developing some seriously advanced, top-secret aircraft there. Stealth bombers, spy planes that can fly at unimaginable speeds and altitudes. Things that, to an untrained eye, might look pretty alien. But the alien narrative is just so compelling, isn't it? The idea that we're not alone and the government knows it and they're keeping it from us. It taps into that deep-seated curiosity and, let's be honest, a little bit of fear. What do they know that we don't, and why don't they want us to know it? The mystery of Area 51 isn't just about what's inside those hangars. It's about trust, secrecy, and the possibility of something truly world-changing being hidden just out of sight. Chapter 3. Easter Island Big Heads, Big Mystery, How Sway. Okay, let's shift gears from government secrets to ancient mysteries that are just mind-boggling. Easter Island, Rapa Nui, those giant stone heads, the moai, you've all seen pictures of them, right? These colossal statues. Some of them are like 30 feet tall, weighing dozens of tons, and there are hundreds of them scattered all over this tiny, remote island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. It's one of the most isolated places on Earth. So the first question that just smacks you in the face is how? How did an ancient civilization with limited resources and presumably no advanced technology carve these massive things and then move them miles across the island? Seriously, think about it. They quarried them from this one volcanic crater, Rano Raraku, and then somehow transported them to coastal areas to stand on these ceremonial platforms called AHU. Some of them even have these giant redstone hats or top knots called pukao that weigh several more tons and came from a different quarry. How did they lift those up there? Scientists and researchers have theories, of course. They talk about using ropes and logs and manpower walking the statues upright. There have been experiments, and some have kind of worked on smaller scales, but to do it with hundreds of these giants, it just seems almost impossible. The amount of coordination, the sheer effort involved, it's staggering. And then there's the why. Why did they build them? Were they representations of deified ancestors, guardians protecting the island? Was it a display of power between different clans? And what happened to the civilization that created them? The island suffered an ecological collapse, deforestation, and a population crash. Did their obsession with building moai contribute to their downfall by using up all their resources? It's a tragic story, if that's the case. But the mystery of their construction, the almost superhuman feat of it, still hangs heavy in the air. It makes you wonder if there's a piece of the puzzle we're missing, some lost knowledge or technique that allowed them to achieve such an incredible and frankly eerie feat. Those silent, staring faces hold so many secrets. Chapter 4. The Great Pyramids, seriously, how did they do that? Speaking of ancient civilizations doing seemingly impossible things with giant stones, let's talk about the Great Pyramids of Giza. I mean, come on, these things are iconic, the last surviving wonder of the ancient world, and they are massive. The Great Pyramid of Khufu, for example, was the tallest man-made structure in the world for like over 3,800 years. It's made of millions of stone blocks, some weighing several tons, some even up to 80 tons, quarried and transported from hundreds of miles away. And they're fitted together with such precision that you can't even slip a piece of paper between them in some places. All built, supposedly, around 4,500 years ago. My brain just, it can't compute. The mainstream explanation is, of course, that tens of thousands of skilled workers used ramps, levers, rollers, and sheer manpower over decades. And okay, I'm not saying ancient Egyptians weren't incredible engineers and organizers. They clearly were. But the scale of it, the precision, the astronomical alignments, it still feels like there's something more to it. Think about cutting and moving those massive granite blocks for the king's chamber. How did they achieve that level of craftsmanship with copper tools and stone pounders? The logistics alone are mind-bending. The sheer organization required to feed, house, and manage that many workers for that long is a feat in itself. And then, of course, you get the more alternative theories. Were they helped by a lost, highly advanced civilization that predated them, or, dare I say it, extraterrestrial intervention? I know, here I go again. but people point to the mathematical constants apparently encoded in the pyramid's dimensions like pi and the golden ratio, the precise alignment to true north. How did they know all that? Some even suggest they weren't tombs at all, but some kind of energy devices or ancient power plants. Look, I'm not saying it was aliens, but I am saying that looking at those colossal structures, perfectly aligned, standing there for millennia, it makes you wonder if the story we're told is the whole story. It's just so awe-inspiring and humbling. Chapter 5, the Nazca Line's giant drawings for... who exactly? Okay, for our last stop on this tour of what on earth is going on, we're heading to the deserts of southern Peru to look at something you can only really appreciate from the sky. The Nazca Lines. These are enormous geoglyphs, like giant drawings etched into the desert floor. And I'm not talking little doodles. These things are huge. We've got hummingbirds, spiders, monkeys, lizards, pelicans, even a figure that some people call the astronaut. Some of these lines stretch for miles, perfectly straight, over uneven terrain. They were created by the Nazca culture, sometime between 500 BCE and 500 CE, by removing the reddish-brown iron oxide-coated pebbles to reveal the lighter-colored earth underneath. The first big question is, again, how? How did they create these massive, precise figures without being able to see them from above? Did they use small models and scale them up with grids and stakes? It's possible, but the scale and accuracy are still pretty astounding for a culture that supposedly didn't have flight. And then, the even bigger question, why? What was the purpose of these enormous desert drawings that are best, or sometimes only visible from high in the air? Were they for their gods meant to be seen from the heavens? Were they astronomical calendars tracking the stars and seasons? Some lines do align with solstices and constellations, which is pretty intriguing. Or were they, as some more out there theories suggest, runways or signals for ancient astronauts? That astronaut figure definitely fuels that fire, even though mainstream archaeology has more mundane explanations for it. The sheer variety of the figures is also baffling, from simple geometric shapes and long straight lines to complex animal figures. What did it all mean to the Nazca people? And why did they invest so much time and energy into creating something they themselves might never have fully seen from the intended perspective? It's like an ancient, silent message etched into the earth, and we're still trying to figure out who it was for and what it's trying to tell us. It's beautiful, it's mysterious, and it's just a little bit eerie. Chapter 6. So, what do you think? Don't leave me hanging. Wow, okay, my head is officially spinning. From disappearing planes in the Bermuda Triangle to giant alien or not alien heads on Easter Island, and messages carved into the desert floor. It's a lot to take in, right? These places continue to baffle scientists and thrill seekers alike, and honestly, the more I learn about them, the more questions I have, not fewer. It's like every answer just uncovers a new layer of mystery, and that's kind of amazing in a terrifying, mind-bending sort of way. It shows us that there's still so much we don't know about our world, about our history, and maybe even about our place in the universe. Part of me wants there to be a simple, logical explanation for everything. But another, much louder part of me is kind of captivated by the unknown, by the possibility that there's something more, something beyond our current understanding. What do you think? Are these mysteries solvable, or will they remain forever in the shadows? Do you lean towards the scientific explanations, or do the more out there theories make you go, I genuinely want to know what you guys think, because I've been rambling and now I need to hear your perspectives. Maybe you have a theory I haven't even heard of. Seriously though, let me know in the comments below. Which one of these places freaks you out the most or fascinates you the most? And if you want to go down more rabbit holes with me, because trust me, there are so many more, then you know what to do. Don't forget to like, subscribe,